So they reset the entire storyline for this.
Again.
I'm happy the tournament is back, but they go through it
because that was like so pathetic. There was like nothing.
Yeah, it was like this. It's like, let's get this tournament thing out of the way.
It was like the audience was like 5 people.
The tournament is the best reason, the best explanation for why everybody is fighting, and they knock it out in a chapter.
Yes.
And it's just nothing but Raiden fighting everybody, just going through everyone.
And he just beats everyone.
And then so it doesn't let any of the outworld villain side get any wins to make them seem like a threat. Like, how much of the Shao Kahn fight would have meant something if he had beaten everybody else from the Earth realm, and then only Raiden beat him. But instead, it's just Raiden beating everybody, so nobody seems like a threat. Like, Raiko comes in, we haven't seen him forever, he comes in and like shadowbox everything, and then just loses. So, like every Mortal Kombat game, like I was hoping they were going to do something different, but it's the same thing in this one. Like, if you're a villain, good luck, because you're going to lose pretty much every fight.
Yeah, there's like a much lesser version of Shao Kahn, Goro, and it's just like, they're not near as intimidating as they used to be.
Yeah, you can kill an NPC, that's about it. Raiko loses every fight. Natara loses every fight. Havoc loses every fight. Ermac loses every fight. Shao Kahn loses every fight. Shang Tsung loses every fight, except for when you use Shang Tsung toward the end.
Right, when he's a playable character and you are supposed to win.
There was some good camaraderie between, like, the 4 guys having to team up, like Raiden, Kung Lao, and Johnny Cage, and Kenshi. They seemed like a team. They joked around. Although Johnny Cage's joking around was kind of dumb, like, when he said, like, get away from her, you bitch! And then Kung Lao goes, excuse me?
Yes, it's like,
you know, from Alien. What? It's like, I was like, okay, why would you stop him? Johnny Cage should just say that, then they just move on and do the fighting.
right.
The timing. But you don't have to, they made it do like a record scratch. And everybody got, huh?
Right, like it's just like so out of pocket.
Then everybody has to stop, you know, from a movie.
Right.
Then I'm an actor. It's almost like the bad guy stopped. Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Everything else stopped and they had to direct all focus and attention on
it
that.
was like such a throw-a-line gag that they focused in, like, it's the funniest thing ever. Like, we need to really just, like, marinate on this joke. Like, the fact Johnny said, I don't know, people think Johnny Cage is funny. He's just like, he's like a douchebag. He's not really funny. He just says things that are, like, inappropriate, but it's not, like, really that funny. But some people just think he's funny, you know?
Well, I like the way he was on MK9. He was, like, funny and arrogant and cocky, but
Yeah,
he'd, like, back it up. And
You down, I'm taking you down, I'm taking you out, I'm taking you out, and I'm taking you out for dinner.
Ugh.
Well, it's like we said in the last review. Is like now he's like a self-aware guy. You know that person who's funny until they realize why you're laughing, and now it ruined it. That's how Johnny Cage is.
Exactly.
I liked Kenshi's look and thing, but like Kenshi comes in, he sneaks up on Johnny and instantly loses, gets knocked out, and he's tied up. I was like, okay, that's a bad way to introduce Kenshi. Like, he just got his ass kicked by an actor.
My house, my rules.
I thought it was cool how Melina stabbed Kenshi's eyes out when she became vicious.
Okay, here's the thing I want to bring up. I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
That's it. I thought it was cool. See, that's the reason people think that's okay, because you're like, that's like a 12-year-old. It was pretty cool how he lost him. Okay, where do we go from there? Okay, let's look at his storyline. Okay, so it's like, oh, Kenshi, you can say like, okay, how did Kenshi lose his eyesight? Oh, Melina stabbed him. Okay, what was the reason? Why, of all the people, should Melina have been the person to do that? Where is that going to lead to? What was the setup for that? There was nothing.
Oh, so you're just saying it's not an interesting version of why
And they've done that. Yeah, they've done that with so many. Like,
well, how did he lose him originally?
Shang Tsung. So he's always seeking vengeance against Shang Tsung. He was like, that was his whole thing.
Oh.
Now it's Melina.
Yeah.
Okay, so is he going to pursue going after Melina? Is he going to pursue Shang Tsung for the Tarkatan that made Melina do that?
Yeah, you know, to think he didn't even seem that upset about it. I mean, at the moment, but he wasn't like vengeance against Melina. He didn't care.
Yeah, so where does that go to? And it's the same thing they did in Mortal Kombat 9 with Kintaro burning Cabal. Where did that go? Why Kintaro? Did Cabal ever bring it up? Did he see Kintaro? It was just like the most random thing ever. Okay, then we have Mortal Kombat X where if you look at the comic book, Kano gave Sub-Zero the scar. Why Kano? Where did they go with? Nothing. Ermac and Jax's arms. Where did we go from that? Nowhere. Nothing happened. Melina. So they just have random people doing it. The only little thing they did was Sub-Zero giving Scorpion Kuai Liang the scar.
Yeah.
That one made sense.
Yeah.
But that was it. Out of like 5 or 6 of these, that's the only one. So, NRS has a bad habit of doing that. They nobody even thinks about it. Like, oh, okay, that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. You think with all the billions of dollars, they come with some good story. Like, take the time to write the shit out.
I have a lot of good points. This is why we're up to almost 500 subscribers. I liked how they were doing it at first. So at first, like, okay, I think it's Johnny you are first, right?
I think so, yeah.
No, it's Kung Lao. But they have an explanation of why he wins the fights against the ninjas, because they were holding back because it was a test. I was like, okay, I'll take that for why they won. So nobody loses face for the losses.
Sure.
Then Johnny Cage, you fight Havoc and Atara, but they're not really Havoc and Atara. They're like stand-ins. So it's like, okay, they're doing interesting ways of why you're fighting somebody, beating them, and nobody's losing.
Yeah.
Because in like pro wrestling, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. If you lose, it makes your character look weaker, and if you win, it makes your character look stronger. But if you constantly have all your main eventers fighting each other, then some of these guys aren't going to be main eventers, and you got to have like their jobbers. So they're making.
I love this wrestling analogy.
So you're making half your roster or 75% of your roster look like jobbers, and only the other ones look like main eventers.
Right.
So you can't do that. You got to do like the old school wrestling where you had these jobbers, these people who weren't really people you wanted to care about and invest in, and then they lose. So then everybody's looking like a real, competitive threat.
Yeah.
But they don't do that in Mortal Kombat. They do that for like the first chapter or two, and then the rest of them, you're just like, we got to beat up Natara 18 times. We got to beat up Havoc 18 times. We got to beat up the main villain, Shang Tsung. How much of a threat does Shang Tsung seem like at the end of the game when you've beaten this guy 17 times already with every character?
Right. He just gets his ass kicked over and over and over.
And everybody's got the storyline armor. So when you're fighting somebody, it doesn't make any logical sense why this person would win a fight. If you're using that character, they're going to win the fight. You're using Melina, well, you're going to beat Raiden. You're going to beat the most powerful Sindel. You're going to beat Ermac. You're going to beat whoever you're beating. It doesn't matter. Whoever you pick, that's the most powerful person who's ever existed in that moment.
Man, talk about Melina. How did you like her whole thing in this, her whole storyline?
It's great for people who like to jack off to Melina, because now they can make up. It's like, oh, Melina's hot. Yeah, I don't like
now
that.
you don't have to see that Tarkatan face.
I mean, unless at this point it's become a certain fetish for you. I guess they got both sides, but I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean, the whole Tarkatan disease, I guess it's not the worst thing. But
I didn't mind it. I think that's actually not a bad alternative storyline.
I like it better when they're their own race. I'm just glad that Barak and Reptile finally got to win some fights. They had to make him a good guy, otherwise they can't win a fight. I like them being villains or somewhere in between, but if the only way they're going to not seem like jobbers is you got to make them good guys to do it, fine.
Right.
Reptile, he's all right. I like his reptile side. His human side's okay, but I don't know why everybody has a look.
There's like no explanation. Like his race, nobody can do that but him.
Yeah, and that's it. All right.
Motaro seemed like a badass. A little
Motaro?
Yeah.
Ripped arms. Yeah, but now if you look at Fatality, anybody can rip arms. Remember when Jax ripped arms off? Mortal Kombat 2, I was like, dude, Jax is strong. He clapped a guy's head and exploded, ripped arms. He's super strong.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine what the cyborg go. Now anybody can. You pick any character, they're like ripping arms and legs off.
Yeah,
and
just like that.
You can just like rip a head off like that. It's like, is everybody like just decomposing? Like, why is everybody just so easy to rip stuff off of? Yeah. Motaro could they could at least give him a few lines. Did Darius talk at all? I don't remember.
Darius didn't say a word.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
I guess that was something. That's like somebody just described. Like, I think he was there. I don't know.
That guy. Yeah, I saw him standing there.
It's like having a dream. Like, you were there, and Havoc was there. I think Darius was there for some reason. I mean, we're not even going to get into Natara's bad voice acting from Megan Fox.
I already saw. Like, one guy's like, I don't know if she's a bad actor or if it was everybody else.
I mean, from you just watching, what did you think?
It was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like such a lack of personality.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was worse than Ronda Rousey.
Earth Realmers will soon know of Eternus. My realm starves, and it's coming here to feed.
They gotta stop hiring these people for this. Just hire voice actors. They are trained for
Did
this.
people actually buy the game because of Megan Fox?
Megan-
Like, oh,
But she's hot. It's like, so? Does that make the game
it's like when people like they have like Chris Evans as a voice actor. Like, who's watching a cartoon because of Chris Evans' voice? Like, nobody even watches a Chris Evans movie because of Chris Evans. They watch it because it's Captain America or whatever. They're like, oh, Chris Evans. I'll watch anything he watches. Like what? Like 18 people?
Sir, Chris Evans is here.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
Oh, well, he's Captain America? Captain America?
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
I mean, should we just go ahead and skip to the ending? How dumb that is?
Well, no, not yet. Let's talk about Madame Bo.
Madame Bo. That was just a. What did they force that in there? They keep bringing up Madame Bo and she trained these guys. Like, why? Like,
Dude, I got on a Reddit forum and I saw where like people are saying, what did Bo Raicho do to Liu Kang? So that when he became the time,
Yeah.
he changed Bo Raicho into Madame Bo, an old lady.
oh, is that why it's Madame Bo?
That's just speculation, but it's
Oh, I didn't even
yeah.
think about that. That's so dumb.
like they said that Liu Kang wasn't his favorite student, and so that's why Liu Kang got pissed off and turned him into.
I guess
Bo.
so. I guess so, man. It's so dumb. It's like, hey, how about instead of like Bo Raicho, we're
How
gonna
about
have
instead of a fat drunk guy teaching you martial arts, we're gonna get this old lady to teach it to you.
she smokes cigarettes. She's a character. I mean, Mortal Kombat, they just proved what we say about how dumb. It's like, hey, you know what? How about we have this tournament for reasons for people to fight each other? No, I got a better idea. They fight over the bill. I'm like, what? it's just interesting. We keep supporting it for some reason, but okay, they reset the whole timeline for this. Like, what was the purpose of resetting this timeline? Like, okay, how about instead of Raiden being Raiden, Liu Kang is Raiden, and Raiden is Liu Kang.
Ooh.
Yeah. How about Kung Lao? Now he'll be the same. They just make him like Daffy Duck, like he's always jealous of Bugs Bunny. That's how like Kung Lao is. Like when Kung Lao was first introduced, I thought he was so cool because he always had like the hat over his eyes and he was like deadly and didn't talk. He was like a mysterious, like kind of gunslinger kind of character.
Yeah.
Now, but why does Liu Kang get to do this? But I'm Kung Lao. I should be doing like wait, where did that character
Right.
come
You
from?
kind of like 180 him.
Yeah. Sub-Zero is all one-dimensional for the Lin Kuei.
Yeah, he's like evil before he's even
The
evil.
Lin Kuei would not put up with this.
It's like, okay, we get it. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to give him.
We got to
that deep
stop.
of a voice.
We got to stop Shang Tsung from taking over. Well, the Lin Kuei, they will not take over the Lin Kuei because the Lin Kuei. Can you say Sub-Zero? Say one sentence without using the word Lin Kuei or referring to the Lin Kuei. I would like to eat dinner tonight. Yeah, where? Near the Lin Kuei. Like, no, you couldn't do it. Yeah, it's just like half the time he's talking, it sounds like they're trying to take voiceovers for like a movie trailer for the game. He's just like he picks up a coin. There will be spoils in this war.
Right.
What?
There will be spoils in this war.
It's like you just not realize that there's like gold and stuff. It's like no, it's to lead in to when he turns. It's like you mean like 1 minute from now? The story?
Like, yeah, it's just like so obvious what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, no, we got to lead up to his character betrayal. I'm like, it's so dumb. Like, brother, I will die. Like, he's always talking like he's trying to be a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And then Scorpion constantly has to like, just like maintain.
Trying to calm him down.
Yeah, like,
come on, no.
Don't worry about that, brother.
Yeah.
We are going to attack them.
Yeah.
But we must do it for the Lin Kuei. Yes, brother, for the Lin Kuei. But first, we have to help out Earth.
Right.
Let us win it first, brother. Ignore him, brother. But brother, obey your grandmaster.
We should be, the Lin Kuei should be a nation, ruling like a nation. You're like a clan of assassins. You sound like
He's
you're
like a radical.
Hey, we should be like the ruling nation. He sounds like he's trying to be like the USSR. You're a clan of assassins. You're not China. You're not the United States. You're not a giant country.
And he's like such an asshole to smoke. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. It's like a redheaded
Stepchild, yeah.
He's the gray-headed stepchild. I don't know. Smoke, we've been wanting forever, but he fights cool, but he's just, I don't know, he doesn't look that cool. He just looks like some dude with a mask. Like, he's got the short hair and stuff. I don't know.
Li Yang is now Scorpion. It's like, that's okay. Where is Hanzo? He's not even in the game. So then I watched the endings of, like, Smoke, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion, and you see that, like, when Smoke is disappointed by all the kids are teaching the martial arts, he gets ambushed by some kid that tries to beat him up, and then he defeats that kid, and it turns out that kid's Hanzo, and now they're teaching him. Yeah. Oh, and they're like,
that's better.
I
don't even understand what they're fighting. Like, Shirai Ryu are in Japan. Lin Kuei's in China. Like, what are you fighting clans over, like, an entire ocean? Like, you're going all the way over there to fight? You can't find somebody else in Japan to go against, or somebody else in China? Like,
right.
It's like somebody in, like, Louisiana feuding with somebody over Toronto. I'm like, all right.
Toronto. Our French is better. No, our French is better.
That'd be Montreal. Yeah, Cajun French versus French Canadian. Which, funny enough, Cajun French is actually French Canadian, so it's twice removed from France. Southern French Canadian. But that's got nothing to do with Mortal Kombat yet, until they have a Cajun character. Some people were mad Jax or Sonya wasn't in it. I was like, come on, dude. Can we take a break from the Earthrealm Special Forces?
Oh,
like,
yes,
we don't need
please.
them.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even think about that much. It was like so much more interesting without them.
Yeah, when it's in the Outworld, it's interesting. When it was, the first game was like, it was like a martial arts tournament, like a secluded island.
Yeah.
And the second one was in Outworld. The third one was least interesting to me, but at least there was like an invasion with all this stuff coming over.
Yeah, all the Outworld stuff coming to Earth.
Yeah,
invading.
Yeah,
yes.
but Mortal Kombat X was the least interesting, and Mortal Kombat 11 was stupid. And then we have this Mortal Kombat 1/12. I guess Edenia is Outworld at the same time. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Outworld used to be all scary purple skies. Now it's like all beautiful Edenia, and they're ruling it. So is that also Edenia? I don't know what's going on.
I'm clueless too.
It's okay. They only had 4 years to make this game. They didn't really have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Havoc is back, but they didn't do shit with him the whole time.
Yeah, I was expecting him to show up in the game earlier, and not at the very end.
He just is like, hey, it doesn't even explain how he got his powers. Like, I guess he got it from like the offering or something. Then he comes back at the very end with like the after, trailer thing that they do.
Like getting things over.
They do it after. They do in every Mortal Kombat game and every Marvel movie. There's always like, but wait, there's more. Yeah. Doesn't explain how he got his powers. Like, why are you a zombie that can just easily destroy yourself and regenerate? Like, there's not even explained.
Nope.
Quan Chi. Let's get into that. Quan Chi originally was a demon that, through his own, tenacity, you got to respect the guy. He worked his way up from being a low-level demon to becoming a higher-level demon and finding out his form. Because if you play Mortal Kombat Armageddon, there's like this little demon. It's like,
Quan Chi was once an Oni like me, and then he became this.
So it was like, okay. So he worked his way up from the Nether Realm. He was a good social climber. He met Shinnok in a bad place.
Worked on his networking skills.
I mean, basically, he's good at all that kind of stuff. So he worked his way out of that. And, he built himself up from a small, low-class demon to a higher-level demon. Met Shinnok, worked his way out of there, worked his way up at Earthrealm, met the right people with Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung and stuff. So he's a great networker, all this stuff. Now, in this game, he's an Indian dude. He was never a demon. He's just some Indian dude. And he was working in the mines. And then he got taken out of the mines. And, they introduce him. Like, he walks and goes like, oh, it's Quan Chi. But then he never does anything. Yeah. He's like, I am so thankful for Chronica for getting me out of the mines. And now, look at me. Everybody always explains things because they don't have anything.
Right.
They're always explaining their plans like a James Bond villain.
Ermac is like the king of introducing himself in that game.
Yeah, it's like, and now, because of she introduced us to each other, now we are going to rule. That is right. And when we do that, next week, it's like again, it's like a third grader wrote it. Yeah. And then Quan Chi becomes white because a ghost escapes and then steals his skin color. Quan Chi's constantly getting knocked out and beat up, and they're like,
Yeah, he's like never a badass. He's like cool at doing all this shit, but he never gets like.
they get him
or never
like
kicks ass.
they get him like weekend at Birdies and like carrying him
Weekend,
around.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Going to
every-
the city.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. If you like villains, man, which I do, they just do them dirty the whole
They
time.
just make him look pathetic.
We got Ashra. I like her design. They make
Yeah, she's a cool character.
she's
I
cool,
like
but they
her.
don't really do anything with her. And you know, it's I like her design because now this time she looks like half human, half demon because she's trying to become less demon.
It suits you.
Last time she's just wearing a big church hat.
That was unexpected.
You remember when the evil Shang Tsung from the other timeline realizes there's other timelines and comes to attack this one?
Yeah.
But what should we do? And then the newly allied Shang Tsung from this timeline,
Yeah.
he thinks, but what if there are other timelines? We can seek their help.
Yeah.
So that makes sense that both Shang Tsungs are the ones that would come to the idea that there's other timelines.
Right, because they both get that way of thinking.
Yeah. So I like that. They probably did that on accident. I don't know, but I like that. But then when there's so many timelines going on, it's just like, what does anything even matter anymore? If everybody dies, okay, there's 19,000 other timelines. Who cares? And then it didn't make any sense that like when we fought, the power was so strong that everybody got a timeline. You get a timeline. You get a timeline. You're all Titans. Everybody's a Titan. Even me, I lost every fight. That's right. That is right, Cetrion. You get your own timeline.
Even you.
Collector, you get your own timeline. RoboCop, you know. Everybody gets their own timeline. Like, what? So that didn't make any sense. And then everybody's fighting at the end, and it's stupid.
All these weird mime Johnny Cage. What about that?
Yeah, it's stupid, but it's stupid fun. It's kind of like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Like, it's so stupid, it's kind of fun. But then at the end, like I said earlier, you fight, you know, two guys that you beat up 100 times already. So what is that? And then, but I guess they're the Titan forms of themselves, which they don't seem any more Titan-y. There's nothing different about them. They don't fight any different. They don't seem any different. Maybe a different costume. And then you beat them with whoever you beat. It doesn't matter if you picked like Nitara. You're gonna beat these guys for the story. And why did you beat them? Is there something clever your character does? Is there something that like, you know, makes sense to the story? No, you just beat them with your fists, even though they're the most powerful they've ever been.
Yep.
And you win, and then it's over.
Because you have heart, Steven.
Yeah.
That's why. Your character has heart, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, so it's just that kind of dumb stuff.
Let's talk about Ermac and Jared.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like they almost didn't even. Now Ermac doesn't even seem like Ermac.
I am Ermac. We are many. You are one. Over and over.
Yeah, so it's like Ermac's not even Ermac anymore. It's like he's Jared. So it's like when Siegfried and Nightmare became together. Like, should they just like tear him apart? Are they two different characters? Because it's like they just keep calling him Jared. I'm like, wait, is he Ermac or Jared? Katana was there. She was the prettiest she's ever been. But
really, better in MK9?
Yeah, I mean the body was better in 9, but the face is way better in this game. Li Mei was like one-dimensional. She's like, I gotta prove myself as the constable. I gotta prove myself as the constable. She used to be like It used to be like a really attractive girl that wants to do something for her family. I mean, she's still attractive, but it's like in a different way. She's not like kind of the siren-y look. It's more of like, just like it's a attractive girl that does this. Like she's like a hot cop or something.
Yeah.
Please give me a ticket. I guess Melina and Tanya are lesbians instead of being bisexual. Because before, like, before Melina was whatever. She slept with guys or women, but now she's like full lesbian. Because like Johnny Cage is hitting on her. It's like, you obviously haven't been paying attention, Cage. You're not my type. Tanya's just always angry.
What they made her. They made her the angry black woman stereotype.
Yeah, before it was just like, wait, she's always racially ambiguous. Wait, is she black? Is she Hispanic? Is she Latino? You can't tell.
Like what, dark Indian?
Yeah. Raiko, all he is like Shao Kahn's bitch in this game.
Right.
Before he was always trying to usurp Shao Kahn, but now he's just like, are you okay, Shao Kahn? I'll fight for you, Shao Kahn.
I owe him mine many times over. Sacrificing it in his service would be an honor. Are you hurt?
Raiko,